Hello, everybody, again. Yes, we are back once again for another live sit down interview this week with a returning guest, actually. He is one half of Southern Discomfort. You've seen him on Ohio Valley Wrestling, and you have also seen him featured on in Queen of the Ring, as well as the Netflix series The Wrestler, Mr. Snake Williams Jr. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me back.
Of course. I mean, thank you for coming back. I mean, I'm kind of surprised Irving didn't scare you off last time. I was kind of nervous about leaving him by himself.
I mean, I had to think a couple times before I came on.
let me guess. When I mentioned it was
Irving
me doing the
Soul.
interview, I was gonna say, let me guess. When I mentioned this time it was me doing the interview, you're like, okay, I can give him another chance.
There you go.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
wasn't sure if you was gonna no show me again or not. But
Oh fuck. Dude, I'm so sorry about last time because I scheduled the interview like a couple months in advance, and then literally the day came up, like the day came of, and I was like, shit, I have to be in Cleveland right now for a show. I love you. Sorry, talking to my wife. Um, and I immediately messaged Irving at like I want to say it was like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm like, bro, I know it's really early right now. I'm sorry, but I need you to cover today's show. And I said the same thing to Monkey, and they were just like, I hate you, but okay. And, and I was just like, thank you, love you, don't kill me.
from
And
what I heard, it was the best show y'all have ever had.
it was one of our better ones. Yes, I will openly admit that the views on it were quite good. So Irving did do a good job leading. I will say that. Now start off top of the top it off. It's probably something that people will ask you about quite a bit. So you are the nephew, former WWE wrestler, Snake Williams, hence why Snake Williams Jr.
Uh,
Now, go ahead.
yeah, he was known as Bill Jordan in WWE. He was
Bill
Snake
Jordan.
Williams.
Okay,
He was Snake Williams in Canada when he worked for Stampede.
understood. Understood. Okay. Now, would you say having that type of legacy to live up to can apply pressure to you at times?
Man, I didn't even know I had an uncle that was in the wrestling business till a couple years ago, a few years ago,
Oh shit.
and he had passed away, and I had already been in the wrestling business since '98, so he had passed
Mhm.
away. I never even got to meet him. I just found out about him because I was adopted, and I found who my real father was through doing some DNA detective work and stuff. And that's how
Right.
I found out that my uncle was who he was because he was the big deal in Canada.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say Snake Williams was a very big name in Canada, especially like you said with Stampede Wrestling.
Yes. And well, I
Yeah.
mean, they lived in the house right below the Hart House. They were my father and my uncle were best friends with Owen and Brett.
Hmm.
They grew up with them, and then my uncle started training with Brett in the dungeon. And I mean, he was there before Bulldog, Anvil, all of them, because he was the one that went and picked them up from the airport when they first got there.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Now, before we hopped on here, you did mention to me and on A's about how you haven't been in the ring this year because back in January you had surgery. Um, do you want to elaborate a little bit on what you had done, and then it's a two-parter question.
Yeah, I have found out that I have well, my family, there's heart problems in my family, anyways.
Uh,
Um, and I found out uh, back in January or whatever that I have this disease. It's something called lipoprotein disease or something. It's where you have extra protein in your blood that creates uh, cholesterol and plaque.
okay,
No matter how you eat, I mean, obviously you want to eat healthy, but no matter how you eat, even if I ate healthy my whole entire life, this would have ended up happening. And I had went in for a heart cath, and they found that one of my arteries was blocked too much, so they had to put a stent in. So right now I'm on the shelf because I'm on blood thinners, but there was no damage done to my heart. I have to be on a medicine to keep my cholesterol down because it stays high no matter how I eat or anything like that.
Right.
But I mean I'm good. I mean I'm hitting the gym. I'm working out. I'm getting myself ready for uh next year when I'm able to come back to the ring.
Heck yeah. No, I mean, and we're all excited to see you back in the ring next year, of course. Now, have you still been involved? Have you still been doing anything outside of in ring work since that's not an option for you, unfortunately, right now?
Yeah, I've been dabbling in a few different places. One of the main places I've been working is I'm the commissioner at a company up in Muncie, Indiana, GBAW. It's
Hmm.
ran by Ace Mob up there in Muncie, and so I love those guys, man. They've been nothing but good to me because they know I can't work, but they want me to eventually wrestle up there. So they brought me in as the commissioner while I'm down, just to keep me relevant up there and stuff because me and Jeb, we had a pretty big run up in Muncie, so we're pretty well known up there. So yeah, that's been my main focus right now.
Heck yeah. And that actually kind of segues into another question I had. Because I was going to say, talk to us a little bit about GBAW and how you got the opportunity. Well, you just told us how you got the opportunity to become the company's commissioner, but what has it been like working there? I mean, what's the roster like? What's the backstage life like? How's it all? How is it all?
Man, so far it's been really good. They draw a really good crowd. He's got a lot of hungry young talent that are on the indies that are just breaking away from their schooling and stuff. And he's got a lot of them coming in and some pretty good talent. People like OG Ugly, his son Ace King. I mean, and then he brings in some of the older guys too, some of the, people like Bobo Brazil Jr. and stuff like that. Just, some of the older guys to help out in the locker room and stuff like that. But I mean, it's pretty good little company, man. And he's bringing new and different people up there all the time. And they've had 3 or 4 shows, and they've done pretty good.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. No, I mean honestly, I don't care how big or small a promotion is. I always root for the little guys, honestly. And knowing that they just
Well,
started.
they're not gonna be little for long,
Oh
man.
no,
There's
if they're drawing houses already, that's a good thing. Yo,
not only
Tommy, what's
that,
up
but
again?
they're drawing houses against an established company up in Muncie that's been there for a while. And I mean, not that they run on the same nights because they don't. In fact, they're very respectful of the other company by not running on the same nights. But uh, they draw as much as the other and I worked for the other company. That's where me and Jeb had our long run, and the other company they draw some big houses up there, and
Hmm.
he's been matching their houses.
That's awesome. I mean, at that point, then it's only a matter of time before he actually starts to blow up a bit.
Yeah, so I mean they're doing really well, especially for only having a few shows already.
Oh yeah.
Like for not being an established company, but a lot of the guys on his roster are established in Muncie because they wrestled in Muncie, including Ace Mob, the guy that owns the company, and Ace King. They're established up in Muncie anyway. So
Right, right. Now, obviously, when you were a part of the OVW roster, you were a part of it when they were doing the documentary The Wrestler. Um,
yes.
Now, could you talk to us a little bit about the production process of getting to work, on a Netflix production, the whole nine? I mean, you would think a multi-million dollar company would be an organized production now, yes?
Oh, it was very organized. It was
Okay.
organized. I mean, they come in and like I would get there before shows because at the time me and Jeb was actually working OVW. We were tagging there. And we would come in and they would have lights papered up with certain colored papers and stuff. I mean, it was crazy. And then everywhere you went, you had a camera in somebody's face, whether it was yours or you might just turn around and there'd be a camera looking right at you. And I mean, it's kind of at first it was kind of nerve wracking because they come in and they're like, "Don't look at the camera, don't talk to the camera people, don't do that." And then eventually, it kind of you fall into your, into your rhythm,
Hmm.
and you know what you can and can't get away with, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier. I mean, we actually became very, very close with the camera crew and everything, man. And we had a party at the end that the camera crew was at, the whole
That's
production
awesome.
team and stuff was at, and I mean, everybody was boo-hooing and hugging, and they made a lot of connections.
Yeah, no, I mean it's always good when you're able to have that good of a relationship with somebody that you're working on that big of a project with, because it just makes the production process that much easier.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I have to.
absolutely.
Yeah. Now, what would you say one of your biggest takeaways was getting to work at OVW with Al Snow?
Oh man, uh, when I first came back to wrestling with Jeb, and I wasn't a promo guy. I was a I would go out there and I would do, hard stuff, hard hitting stuff, whatever, But working with Al and working with Jeb, I found my character, I found my voice, I found my promos, I learned more how to work more and kill myself less. I mean, it's still a learning experience. I mean, I've been going there from time to time. I've been visiting a little bit more lately, trying to learn a little bit of the production there,
Hmm.
and the backstage stuff. And I mean, if you're in this business and you're not learning something every time you're on a show in the ring or around people that have been in the business for a long time too, then you don't belong in the business anymore.
Right. I completely agree. I mean, every single show I work, I learn something new. And I feel like I'm learning something new every single day about the wrestling business. Honestly, I've been in it now for a year officially, and it's fun. But there are also times where I'm just like, I need a nap or 5 or 20, and just because of how tiring it could be, man. Like those days are long. Like show days are long as fuck. Like they are not for the weak. I will say that.
Especially when you're doing big shows for like OVW, because like your call
Mhm.
times are early. It's not like you're getting there. It's not like an indie show where the doors open at 5 and you're there at 4.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like at OVW, you're there at 2, or you're there at noon, or you're there, I mean, it depends on what they got going on, what time the show starts, but you have to be there early to do your stuff, You gotta.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was me last Friday. I was working the JCW show at King of Clubs, and my call time was noon, and I didn't get done till like 11 p.m. All I can say is, thank God the venue was only like 5 minutes away from my house. That's the
So
one thing I have to say.
you was working that show? You was wrestling that show?
I wasn't wrestling. I work the back end, so I do like photography, marketing, stuff of that nature. So I was doing photography for that show.
Oh, that's cool. I know Barnabas. Obviously, I know Freya and J Rod and Haley and a lot of. I know some people that have been working there.
Yeah, Barnabas. Yeah, I've gotten to meet all of them. Barnabas is a cool guy. On another podcast that I'm on, it's called Irish Whips and Arm Drags. We had him on this past Monday, actually, and he's got this whole storyline going on right now with the outbreak, the zombies, and then now he's adopted Cocaine, who's a super fan of cocaine, and what is it? Apparently, the zombies are addicted to God knows how many different drugs, and
That's why they're zombies.
exactly, they don't want your brains, they want some coke, and what was it? The couple of promos that he did, like I kind of found them a little flirtatious. If you like, I was not like saying that in a mean way to him or anything like that. I just told him that was kind of the vibe I got, so I fucked with him on Monday. And he was talking about how I have enough kids, I have this. And I was like, well, can I ask a question about cocaine? Because that just seems weird. When I saw that promo, all I thought was Brazzers. All I thought was his stepdad, I'm stuck in the dryer, help. And he I could tell I broke him a little bit. He was trying not his hardest not to laugh, but then he just went into full character, and he was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Where the hell did you find this sick freak?" And he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy though. Like I actually got to talk to him last Friday, and he's very knowledgeable. Like that is a man that you can literally sit there and have like an hour, 2 hour long conversation with.
Man, when me and Jeb first got back into wrestling and we started tagging together, one of the first companies we worked for was up in Martinsville, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's he was working there at the time, and we was on several shows with him, got, to hang out with him, talk to him and stuff. This is before he started doing the stuff with the outbreak and all that. So this is before he started getting popular, making a name for himself in JICW or whatever it's called.
JCW, but yeah,
JCW or whatever. So yeah, I've known him for a while. He's pretty cool dude.
yeah. No, I really like him, and I look forward to my next interaction with him. Anyway, moving
You
back
ought to get
on.
him on here.
I'm probably going to honestly. I mean, I'll probably need Irving or Don Ace to convince him to come on because he thinks I'm a freak. But we'll just it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise when he comes on. Hopefully, he doesn't hop off immediately. Uh, now, what would you say one of your biggest lessons in the wrestling business has been since you started?
Uh Honestly, to listen to those who came before me, to listen to those who's not just came before me, but those who came before me and actually made it, actually did something in the business, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, and being, somebody who, I never made it to the E or WCW or any of those, I had my demons and my shit that I was dealing with, back in the
Right.
day, and which kept me from pursuing it the way I would have liked to have pursued it. But I still feel like I've accomplished a lot. So, being accomplished doesn't mean, being the main event at WrestleMania or anything like that. I mean, there's different
Mm-hmm.
ways of being accomplished. But there's a lot of people before me that tried to tell me things I wouldn't listen to. And it wasn't until I actually became a grown ass mature man and was like, man, why are these motherfuckers not listening to me? Oh, well, probably because I never listened to nobody when I was that age. And it just made me realize once I started listening, things started coming together and working very well for me. So
Yeah. No, I have to actually completely agree with that. I've noticed in all aspects of life when you are trying to get somewhere, the best way to learn or figure it out is to talk with someone that has already been to the dance or is currently there because they've done it and most likely whatever they did can be mimicked. So I
hey,
completely
and not just that, but even the people that have it, but hate to use them as an example, but Jeb, for example, or me,
mhm,
Jeb actually would have been called up to WWE back when he was at OVW, back when WWE was in bed with OVW and they were their developmental and all that. And
mhm.
Jeb made the mistake of walking away a week or two too early
Oh no.
because he was getting ready to get called up. Uh, and so that just goes to show you everybody makes mistakes, but other people can learn from our mistakes.
Oh yeah.
We
100%.
can tell people not to piss certain people off in the business because you have an opinion of the business that you know and you don't know how to keep your mouth shut sometimes, or you know people to tell you not to jump off a rafter trying to impress somebody who's not even watching your match and end up breaking your back when you hit the ring. I mean, there's just
Yes.
so many things that you can teach people from your mistakes too. So you don't always have to be a complete success.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Like one of the biggest things that I've been able to learn now working in the business, especially like from the booking side, like I haven't booked anything myself, but one thing I've learned is like you don't have to do all of these big stunts or flips or high risk maneuvers in order to get a pop from the crowd or in order to get the crowd's reaction. All you have to do is tell a good story. That's it. And that good story could literally be a few good punches, a kick, and then take it home to the finisher. If the crowd loves it, the crowd loves it. And if you're doing it right, then they're going to. Like one of the biggest things that and I'm not necessarily trying to throw shade at AEW, but just all the false finishes that they do. So many false finishes. Now, don't get me wrong, they also aren't pairing Joe Hendry and Danhausen together and making the most cringiest song ever. But at the same time, like you don't need to do a false finish every 2 seconds. Every false, in my opinion, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, obviously. You've been in the business a lot longer than I have, but in my personal opinion, the more false finishes you do in a match, the more it takes away from the meaning behind the match. Because it's like if you're literally kicking out of everything, it's like, okay, unless there's like a story of like, okay, these two literally cannot stand each other and they want to kill each other, like I don't see the point of, what is it? Like say Will Ospreay hits his hidden blade on Swerve and then Swerve kicks out at one. Like, why? Now,
Yeah, I
go ahead.
mean, yeah. There's a place for everything in wrestling. There's a place for your hardcore matches. There's a place for your TLC matches. There's a
Mm-hmm.
place for there's a place on the card for each of those things. It's just making it make sense as to why those matches are happening
Right.
and why they're going on. Why is there 100 false finishes in this match? What is the reasoning behind it? Is it because, like you said, they're just so angry at each other they want to kill each other? Is it because they're both so equally matched in strength that it's there's just, and it's how the story's told uh, on how you get there. But the thing about it that a lot of these younger guys need to understand is if you have your TLC matches, you don't need 8 or 9 big high spot things to pop the crowd. One or two, do one or two big things, one or two things that make us in the back go, oh my god, I hope he didn't just fucking kill himself. One or two
Yeah.
things, that's
Oh
all you
yeah.
need, because then when you go to your next match, what are you going to do to top that? What if you have to come back and do another TLC match? What are you going to come
Exactly.
back and give them this time? You can't give them the same stuff. You're going to have to up it.
Exactly.
You're going to have to up your ante. So yeah, I mean, there I agree and I disagree depending on the situation.
Yeah. No, like if like you said, if the situation calls for it, that's one thing. But if you're just fucking doing it to do it, like I'm like, okay, calm down. It's like I understand, and yes, I'm doing this to poke fun at him. I understand everyone wants to get those 5 stars for Mr. Meltzer, but newsflash, people, the man doesn't really know what he's talking about. Anyway, I mean, for Christ's sake, I've watched the last 2 weeks. That I know that like we're supposed to be doing like interview, but this is like 2 minutes of me ranting about Meltzer. Um, there was this interview that he was doing on Wrestling Observer like 2 weeks ago, and he was throwing complaints around because Mystico didn't get the crowd reaction that he was expecting. And his response to that was, "Oh, well, it's because they didn't put enough effort in with production. They didn't give him like fireworks and like his graphics weren't all that good." And I'm like, "Bro, if the guy comes out and the crowd is quiet as fuck, it's not because his graphics suck." I've never once gone to a wrestling show and somebody tells me, "Oh yeah, no, I'm quiet because that guy's graphics aren't that good." Like Dude, I was just at JCW, like I said, on Friday. The loudest pop I heard all night, cocaine. Cocaine. The fucking wrestler that is
Oh,
based
come
off of a
on now,
drug.
man. Come
He
on
had the
now.
loudest pop of the night.
His name is Cocaine.
His well, oh,
Half
and
the people in the audience at wrestling shows are probably high on cocaine.
you have a point there. You do have a good point there.
I'm joking.
Well, I hate to say it, but we also were around a bunch of juggalos. So, uh, nothing against the juggalo community. I got nothing against them, but you
Just saying
know,
y'all like a bump or two.
yeah, you just I mean,
I was
or
going to say you're going to make your next job real hard, Eric.
yeah. Apparently, oh boy. So, rounding out the interview now, coming down to the last question. So, I asked this question to everybody, and Malcolm Muscle, if you want to say that I am going against something that you usually do, bite me. It's not trademarked. You just got done with the show. You're hungry. Where are you stopping to eat?
Oh, shit. I don't know. I don't like eating out. I'd probably just go home and cook me something.
You know what? Hey, I respect that. I am the same fucking way, especially since I started this diet back in March, and I've learned what's actually in a lot of fast food. I don't want to touch it anymore. I'm the same exact fucking way. Okay, so you come home. What's the home cooked meal?
Either something like, Mexican or say maybe some chicken fried rice or something like that.
Hell yeah. No, I dig it. I like it. Getting them carbs in.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
because I need
freaking
those.
right. Hey, you know what's funny is a lot of people don't understand how vital carbs actually are when you're working out. Like people just think, oh, carbs, it just turns into excess fat. Yeah, if you don't fucking use it. If
Well, you got to be careful. Like when you go on no carb diets, after so long, your body will stop burning carbs and will start burning muscle. So,
that's the other
you know,
thing. That's the other thing because I always see these guys going on like the freaking carnivore diets and they're like, yeah, I just eat steak and eggs. And it's like, okay, one,
red
how's
meat's
it?
not good for your body either.
Yeah, I'm like, one, eating that much red meat's not all that good. Two, how are your poops? Because I'm pretty sure you probably haven't taken a shit in the last month. And because I'm sorry, where's your fiber coming from? Fiber is how you poop. I've learned this the hard way.
How do we go from wrestling to pooping? That's what I want to know.
That's Eric.
No, I, it's just something I always wonder about. It's just with people on those types of diets, I'm just like, how? Like, how are you getting your fiber intake so that your colon doesn't get backed up?
I don't have a clue. I've never done that, so
And neither
I've
have
done
I.
I've done the no carb thing and the Atkins and all that stuff, but I found that when you do that, it's got to be a lifestyle change because if you just go on a diet, lose a bunch of weight, and come off the diet, you're going to gain twice as much weight as you lost. So,
Oh yeah, no, I 100% agree with that statement. I've seen people on the Atkins diet, and I've seen actually sometimes like actually no the same thing. Like I've had a friend, they lost like I want to say like 40, 50 pounds on it, and then they gained it all back in like 2, 3 weeks,
yeah,
and they're
that's what
just
I'm
like,
saying. If you when you go off the diet, you gain it back quick.
oh yeah. No, I honestly like it. I like the diet. I like the healthier lifestyle. I like going to the gym. It's been very eye opening to me. Um, and also like just like seeing and understanding what you all have to go through just in order to look presentable for like maybe 10 minutes. Like that's insane.
Yeah, try doing that and working a normal job and trying to keep up with all that and wrestling matches on the weekends and
That's the other
doing
thing is
stuff
because
during the week and even matches during the week. If you're when I was working OVW, me and Jeb, there was some weeks there we was wrestling 3 or 4 times a week for OVW on their summer tour and stuff, going
oh
everywhere.
sh-
So I mean, it's it's busy lifestyle.
oh yeah, no, I mean especially with the fact of you guys having to work on the weekends, like with extra matches and even during the week. Like by the time like Friday hits, I'm dead. Like right now, I'm exhausted. I just want to eat dinner and go to bed. And like, it's just, mind you, by Monday, I'm recharged, but just, I mean, it's crazy what you guys have to go through, though. It really is.
Well, it is what people make of it.
Yeah. No, I get
Because
what you're saying.
some people don't put any work in at all. Some people are obsessed and put too much work in my opinion. I mean, I guess it ain't too much. I guess there is no such thing as too much, but you know, some people are just obsessed with it. And then, then you got people like me who, if I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. If I'm doing it, I'm 100% in doing it.
Right. No, that's
I can't be half in or half out. I'm either all in or I'm all out.
same. I'm you
Problem
said it.
is getting the motivation to get all in,
Yeah. Yeah. Finding that motivation to actually start is the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, before we hop off here, Snake Williams, is there anything you would like to plug?
Um, August 22nd in Muncie, Indiana, GBA is going to be having a show going on up there. It's the Light Keepers, sponsored by the Light Keepers up there of Harrison County. Um, they're going to be having a show at their building up there. I believe it's doors open at 6. I think bell time's 7 o'clock up there. Other than that, man, just if you want to look me up, talk to me, check me out on socials. I'm on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on TikTok. I don't have an Instagram. I saved that for my Mastiff puppy. He's got the Instagram account. So, uh, but yeah, man, that's about all I got to say, brother.
Hell yeah,
And you
brother.
can always trust me on that.
Yeah, no, brother. Appreciate you coming on as always. Seriously. Now, Irving, Donays, is there anything you guys want to plug before we hop off here?
No, I'm good.
I'm good, man.
Is there
You
any
don't want to
questions?
you don't want to plug the blue pill or nothing to help with your camera issues.
Oh Lord.
You guys don't got any questions for Mr. Williams?
No, you pretty much, answer all the questions that I would really ask, to be honest. So,
Eric, you covered just about everything, so I'm good.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, just making sure, making sure. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you're following us on all social media platforms at Respect to Combat. If you're on X, at Respect to Combat. If you're on Instagram, at Respect to Combat. Facebook, YouTube, OnlyFans. Don't ask me privately about OnlyFans. It's pictures of Irving's feet. I snuck in his house and got them.
Bro, we don't even live in the same state, so what are you talking about?
I don't, but my mother does. Also, go head over to NationalWrestlingAlliance.com. Check out all of their latest news and latest episodes as well. Check out all their latest episodes of Power on Tubi on demand. Brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. Also, Samhain Part 4 just got announced today, and it will be NWA's debut in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Pretty exciting time, September 27th. Buy your tickets now at NWALiveEvents.com. What else? JCW Lunacy every Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm pretty sure it's either 7 p.m. or 7:30. I can't fucking remember what goddamn time it is, and I'm probably going to get yelled at by Jeff after this. But also go to jcwlunacy.com. Check out the new website, all that shit. Exodus Pro Wrestling, Declaration of Independence, Cleveland, Ohio. August 14th. Buy your tickets. Yes, Snake Williams. I'm sorry. Yes.
Don't forget OVW on Thursday nights, and they're now on the TNA app, the TNA subscription app.
Yes. And shout out to OVW on securing that partnership with TNA. That is actually very big.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But don't miss Rise and don't miss Overdrive.
Yes.
You gotta check them out.
No, I mean OVW has been pushing out some really good content recently, so I'm excited for this partnership that they have now with TNA Plus. It's probably just going to bring on more big things for them.
Absolutely.
With all that being said, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, we will be back at it tomorrow for night 1 of SummerSlam. And for everyone that's wondering, if
You
wanna
said
hop
it
on-
right.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay. Well, summer shits. Yeah, it's fucking summer shits because it's summer shits. There's nothing about these cards that is enticing whatsoever. I'm probably going to be more enticed with my cat.
That
What
is
time are we
weird
going
at all.
live, by the way?
Whenever it fucking starts, I don't care. I'll probably be very high when I come on, just so it then actually could be legible for me.
Oh, you forgot we're
You're-
still on air.
I don't
You're-
give a shit.
You're not already high.
Oh, I plead the fifth. I
You've
live in a
been
legal
hanging out
state.
with cocaine, haven't you?
Oh no, not that marijuana. Freaking. Although Barnabas is also quite mad at me because I may or may not have gotten a zombies high at the last JCW show. He says I am a bad influence while they're trying to rehab, and I'm like, yeah. Coming from the guy who brought them to a rehab where they had weed, that should just tell you right there, weed is not a drug; it's a plant.
How do
Anyway,
zombies. What kind of rehab do zombies go to, anyways?
The Walking Thread. I don't know.
That was a
But-
strike.
Well, that's why I said thread, not the other word. But honestly, thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you guys for watching as always. We will be back next week once again with another episode, another couple episodes of Respect to Combat. But like we said, hop on with us tomorrow, react to SummerSlam, make it a little bit more enjoyable. And Mr. Snake Williams Jr., thank you again for hopping on today. It's been fun.
Thanks for having me back on, guys. Anytime.
Of course, of course. Well, see y'all tomorrow.